For tonight's homework on Tuesday, April 19th, we're working on make bar graphs. A scale of 10 would be more appropriate for a bar graph of the data and the table titled what? So let's look at the number of races. Here it has 4, 8, 5. Would that be a good graph here to have a scale of 10? Then look at number of points, 20, 40, 25. Would that be a good data or good table to have a scale of 10? Yes, this is going to be the better one. So this is going to be number of points scored, because here you're skip counting pretty much by 10. You'll have the 20. You know that 30 will be between 20 and 40. And then 25, well, that's going to be between 20 and 30. So it's easier to graph that. Then a scale of 2 would be more appropriate for a bar graph of the data in the table titled number of races 1. And the reason for that is, look, we're kind of skip counting. So you can do 2, 4, 6, 8, and then move it from there. So let's go ahead and we'll do number of races 1. It doesn't make any difference which one you do it. I know in class, I think I started off with this one here, but I'm just going to record it with this one. Remember thinking of this as X and Y, which we've done on our coordinate planes on finding our ordered pairs. X's teams comes down here at the bottom, or team, and then number of races. So I'm just going to make the pound sign for number of races only because it's for limited space. Now we said for the number of races 1, we are going to be skip counting, have a scale of 2. So this is scale of 2. So this is 0, and that's 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I'm going to just put that 0 right there. I'm going to look here. This is of races 1. Team A is going to have 4. Okay. So with A, we said that it was going to be 4. So I'm going to make a bar here to represent 4. B, it's the same thing that we have done when we're plotting ordered pairs. B is 8. And I'm going to make a rectangle to represent 8. So it's 8 races. And C is 5. Well, we don't have a 5 on here, but it's between 4 and 6. Okay, that's the way the first one's going to look. Okay, so now for this next one. So we've done this one. This is going to be number of points scored. Again, this is X and Y, so team. And I'm going to turn it this way, number of points. Now we have a score of 10, right? Because I'm going to skip count by 10. Remember, this is 0, up and 0. Then it's 10, 20, 30, 30, 40. All righty. So now for the Team A scored 20. Team B scored 40. And Team C scored 25. And the 25 isn't here, but I know that it's between 20 and 30, so it's going to be the midway. And there you go. And that's the way, like, if you're wanting to shade that in using your colored pencils or just pencils, that's fine. If you want to shade so you can see it a little bit better, go right ahead. So that's going to be your choice. So looking at here, though it's not asking the question, which who had the greatest number of races won? Very good. Team B. Who had the least races won? Team A. By how much? If you had to find the difference between the number of races won between B and A, what was the difference? Another thing that I want you to do, you know how we do it in the leadership binder books? I want you to write the numbers on top so that it will help you remember. So when you're having to, if you had to find the difference between team A and B, you can see it's going to be 4, 8 minus 4. Or what is the difference between team B and team C, races 1? 8 minus 5, and that's 3. You'll do the same thing over here. Number of points, A was 20, B was 40, and C is 25. Who had the greatest number of points? Team B. So you can see that Team B had the greatest number of points and they won the most races. So who's the better team? Yeah, Team B. And then you can see what the difference is on these here. All right, let's go to this next one. A pastry chef surveyed her customers to find out which of berry is their favorite. The results of the survey are shown in this table and bar graph. Use the table and bar graph for graphs 4 through 5. Okay, so your paper is going to be nice and colorful. Mine's printed on black and white. This is the frequency table. This is the bar graph. What scale was used to make the bar graph? So we're looking at here. This is the scale. And we skip counting by what? Yes, we're going to skip count by 4. So we say that is a scale of 4. Which berry got the most votes? So which one is it? Very good. Raspberry got the most votes. And this is going to be your personal opinion. So I'm not going to write mine. I want you to give personal opinion on this next one. Which data display did you use to find the answer? When you looked on here, did you look at the frequency table to find out that it was the raspberry? Or did you look at the bar graph and saw the tallest one and knew that that was the raspberry? So write your personal opinion here. Because some kids, we talked about it today, like this one. Some kids like this one. I'm a bar graph person myself, but sometimes it'll go either way. But which one did you use to find raspberry? And write your opinion down. The back part, Leon makes a bar graph of the favorite cheese data in the frequency table. How many will the graph have? Okay, so remember that if you're going to be making a bar graph, that means that that this is going to be cheddar, and it'll be something up here. That's one bar, because this is called a bar. And then once they're all on there, it's going to be a graph that we make. I'm going to put MJ for Monterey Jack, and that's 6. Well, if this is 12, I'm going to do half of 12, which would be 6. And then Mozzarella, well, I know it's going to be greater than 6, but less than 12, so I'll put it right here. And that's 10. And then Swiss is 5. Well, it's going to be less than MJ for Monterey Jack. So how many bars do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have 4 because there's 4 different types of cheese. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, next one. On a roll here. Let's look at this next question. Felicia makes a bar graph of the favorite citrus fruit data in the frequency table. Where will the bar for tangerine end? Okay, so remember, if you were to make it, how many bars are you going to have? That's right, you're going to have 3 bars. So if I did grapefruit, I'm just going to put G for grapefruit, and it's going to go to 12. So I'm just going to kind of earmark it and saying that if I started at 12 and then I move up, that's where it would be. Then I'm going to have orange, which is going to be slightly greater than 12, and that's 15. What about the tangerine? T for tangerine. Yeah, I'm going to stop at what number? Very good. I'm going to stop at 18. So the answer is B. Let's look at this last one. Use this table and incomplete graph for 8 to 10. So here on our frequency table, it has book sale or bookstore sales, the types of books. For new books, we sold 35. Used books, we sold 60. And the e-books or the electronic books, they sold 30 or 25 of those. Let me see if I'm able to move this closer. No, I cannot. Which scale is the best choice for completing the graph? All right, so which one would it be? The best one, I had some students that said, 10 actually would be the best one, but you don't see 10 here. So what would be the next? 5, because these are all multiples of 5. So here that's already listed. So I'm going to put 0. The smallest number I'm starting off with is at 25. So 25, it would be off the scale. So I'm going to try to do 25. I'm going to do 30, then 35. That's 40, then 45, then 50. I'm just kind of condensing it. Then 55 and 60. Otherwise, it's going to be off on that grid and it'll make it really hard. You can zoom in on a computer or on your screen because I can't get it to zoom in anymore. I didn't do it before the video. So let's look at this next one. The number of books the bookstore donates to a library is 1/4 the total number of books sold. The way we'll write that out, it says how many books are donated to the library. So here I have 1/4 of books sold. How many books were sold? So we're going to be adding this up. So I know that 25 or 30 plus 20 is already 50, plus 5 or 10 more, because 5 plus 5 is 10. So that makes it 60. So I have 60 plus 60 equals 120. So here, this is, if you're wanting to stack it, you can stack it. You know that 35 plus 25 equals 60. And then I took this 60 and I added it to my other 60 to get 120. So now I need to find out what is 1/4 of means multiply 120 books. Then I have 1/4 times, this is going to be 120 over 1. So remember, when anything over 1, that this whole number is still has its same value. We just made it into a fraction. Remember that when we are multiplying fractions, we are just going straight across. 120 over 4. That is the same as 4 goes into 120 because this is a mixed number. 4 goes into 1, 0, but 4 can go into 12 3 times. And so the answer is 30. So 30 of those books were donated. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do the bar graph on here. I'm going to do N for new, and that's 35. So I'm going to move it up right here. Kind of shade that in. I'm going to write 35 on top. Used books is 60. I'm going to bring it 55. So 60 is right in the middle. And this is used. I'm going to put 60 on top, shade that in. And then E for ebooks, electronic, EB for electronic books. And that was 25. And so I'm going to write this right here. 25. So that's what it would look like. How many books do they sell? Is it easier to read on here? Yeah. What's the most popular? Yes, used books. So let's look at here. If the data are graphed correctly, which statement is true? Let's look at this first statement. The bar for new books, right here, this is the bar for the new books, is the shortest bar. Is that a true statement? Absolutely not. This is false. Which is the shortest bar? That's right. E-books is the shortest bar. So it's not the new one, it's the e-books that are the shortest one. Let's look at B. The bar for ebooks is taller than the bar for new books. No, that's a false statement. New books, so I'm going to cross that out. New books is taller than the bar for ebooks. So I just kind of switch that around and make that a true statement now. So C, the bar for used books is twice as tall as the bar for new books. So I'm going over to new books. If it was twice as much, that's 35. Twice means 2 times. Don't forget. So 35 times 2 equals 70. No, because it's only 60 high. It's not 70 high. So that's not a true statement. The bar for used books is more than twice as tall as the bar for ebooks. So 25, where's that twice? 2 times. So 25 times 2 equals 50. And it is more than twice because it's 60. So D is the correct answer on that. And that's it for this evening. Don't forget to bring it tomorrow. We'll be going over it, and it is a grade. See y'all later.